Do you have any questions, Alex? For the
Yeah, I got
Reddit?
a bunch.
Oh yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
How do you guys feel about movie pirating / torrenting? I was asking you guys the other day what was that? What's that Ethan Hunt movie, First Reform?
Yeah.
Oh, First Reformed.
Where I was like, I can't see this film anywhere. Where I live, like, there's no local cinema that's showing it. So what options do I really have when it comes to that point? 'Cause I'd happily pay money. Like, if they put it on iTunes or whatever, I'd happily pay for it. But when people can't see films, why would they not pirate or torrent?
Yeah, that's the issue. I don't think any of us want to pirate things, but
No.
sometimes it's so fucking difficult to get your hands on these movies that you're just like, all right, it's actually easier for me to just torrent it illegally than to actually pay them to fucking get it.
Yeah, of course there are people out there that will not pay for a movie that would be paying otherwise because they're just cheapskates and they just feel like they don't care about whether or not the artists are making money. They don't care about supporting people's works. However, that doesn't reflect all of society. It's not about whether or not it's free to most people. Most people want to actually support things, and that's why you've seen piracy. The numbers have dropped significantly since Netflix, since iTunes. Turns out, if you just make things convenient for people and you allow them to purchase your product, then people aren't stealing it because they don't have to.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
5 minutes later.
Yeah, I don't think any of us condone it. It's just sometimes these companies provide no alternative, and it's like, well, I want to watch the movie, and how the fuck else am I supposed to do it? But I would never condone piracy.
No.
Like, oh yeah, just fucking steal movies, because that's what it is at the end of the day. I mean, we can white knight it all we want. We could be
I
fucking
will.
like, oh, we're Robin Hood, we're taking the movies and we're giving them out to everybody. But like, it's
completely different from
stealing.
that, though.
It's not. In the instances we may pirate, which I do sometimes, that's the reason I do it. And I usually financially support the movie later on when it comes out legally. I either buy it or fucking rent it again, or do something. I would never take a movie away, or take money away from people who made a movie. That's fucked up.
Here's an analogy. Do you not try on clothes before you buy them?
Yeah.
If
well,
you're
it
like
gotta
in a
fit.
store, you gotta make sure that it's the clothes that you actually want. You want to make sure that you look good in them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I don't really see the big issue if people want to try out a movie before they buy it. You know, I'm not even kidding. Like,
Well, that's what a trailer. No, that's what a trailer is.
No,
to
a
me.
trailer is
The
to
trailer's
mislead
like,
people.
Trailer. Oh well, sometimes it misleads you, but that's not the point of what trailers were originally invented to be.
let's look at it this way: movies are still selling, and you can pirate anything you want to anyway. If the impact of piracy was as great as Hollywood is pretending that it is, then we wouldn't have Hollywood right now, because you can literally pirate anything. People would just pirate movies and not support the movies. We already have that.
Piracy
Like,
in
it's
some ways
easier to download a
is a
movie
good
than
thing.
ever.
Yes, in some ways it's a good thing for the industry because it actually promotes.
great
certain
thing for the
movies that wouldn't
industry.
get attention other. Sure, but that still doesn't make it legal and right. 'Cause
Let's
it's not.
bring in
It's
this
not.
scenario then. Do you consider anything wrong about a friend having a copy of a movie and showing it to you, or lending it to you, or invite people over for a movie watching party? Only one person in that room has actually seen the movie. The only thing that you're doing
because
by
the agreement when you buy a DVD is that you're paying for a copy of the movie that you can do whatever you want with, and you own
not
it.
really.
And under those, yeah, that's what it is. That's what a DVD is. When
Do
you
you not
sell a
read all those
DVD, do you
warnings at the
honestly
beginning?
expect people? What do the warnings say? Not to watch it with other human beings?
You literally can't do anything you want with it. Even if you copy it for your own purposes,
No,
and
you
just
can't
move it onto
copy it because that's.
But
yeah,
that's not
that's
no. Even
stealing
if
it.
it's just for yourself, there's so many limitations.
You're buying
on
a copy of the movie, and you're not allowed to do anything with it but watch it with other people.
1 eternity later.
Stealing is when you take something from someone else and they no longer have that thing. It's like making a copy of some, you know, those old shitty commercials, like, you wouldn't download a purse. It's like, well, I mean, if downloading a purse meant that the person who owns the purse still actually has their purse, but I now have a copy of that purse and theirs isn't lost, and you actually didn't prevent them from owning that same thing, then sure, I would download a purse. Why wouldn't I make a copy of a purse? You know? That's completely different than stealing. That's why they call it piracy and not stealing.
No, because it's a product. We're gonna end it here, but it's a product that you're selling for
Good
money.
question.
And if you're not gonna, yeah, it is a good question. If you're not gonna give money to the person who made you the product, then it's fucking stealing, and that's how I consider it. Anyway, we should probably leave it there. Sorry, Alex.
It's a grey area, guys. There's truth in both sides. I mean,
There is. So that's why it's an interesting question.
Fucking mediator over here. Side. Liberals get the bullet too.